Hey guys, welcome to the live chat. I hardly ever get to do live chats, but today I want to do a live chat with you guys. Um, I've been doing quite a few videos on being able to have an amazing Christmas, amazing time without breaking the bank, and I hope that I've been helping people do that. So today's video really is talk about the rising cost, the cost of living, the cost of everything, and how you're going to do something new, change it up. So this live one ain't really a video, it's a live, just to talk about some ways to change that before 2023. Some of the people, I'm living in like a little small town right now with a dear friend, and they have only a couple of options. They either live in a trailer, mobile home, whatever that is, and a house. And then to me, they live very, very, very humble. They a lot of times in this small town, they don't really require a lot. They're okay with their cars. If they can get a nice car, decent job, and they're okay. No disrespect to anybody. But I've noticed that they take life for what it is and just kind of roll with it. They don't really go for nothing too major. And some of the homes that are in this area are owned by probably families from years ago, years ago. So what I want to say is sometimes we got to look at our lives and look, what are some ways we can change to cut costs, to change things around so it won't be so overwhelming for a lot of us. A lot of times we come into a realization that we want to live a certain way, but we got to have the monies to live a certain way, right? So I've shared with people so many times, please, 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 learn a new skill set, learn some new things, go back to school if you need to go back to school. Make sure you have it in your budget to pay off, though. If you have to get a loan, hopefully you won't, pay it off. Try to pay it off within a year, 12 months, 24 months, nothing major, right? If you got to get a car, if you can't get a cash car and get a car you can pay off in less than 24 months. So I was just trying to give people more and more ways to really look at their circumstances and really think, okay, how do I want to live? I'm on different channels, on different YouTubers, and they're talking about money, and they're talking about, some people who I watch are wealthier, some are not. I try to watch people a little bit above where I am because I think it helps you to see the trajectory of where they are and where you can be too. So for me, I just try to look at ways that you can cut costs without, so bad that you're like, oh my God, I just feel like I'm poor all the time. Don't ever use that word. I hate when people say, I'm just so poor, I'm so broke. Today at work, I work part-time at a coffee shop. Y'all know which one, probably the most popular one ever. And it is really all about how people speak over their life. One young lady said, where are tips? The broke people need their money. And I was like, I'm not putting myself in that category, because even if you don't have a lot right now, it can happen. You're just temporarily going through a transformation. That's it. When you don't have the money you need, it's all about saying, what do I need to do to make more money? You don't need 4 or 5 jobs or 10, 11 jobs. You may just need an opportunity just to get a skill set that will get you the monies that required that you need to live by. Okay. And you guys been hearing me talk about van life and all that. I'm not sold out on doing that. Oh God, I'm looking so tired. I've been up since 3:45 this morning, 4 o'clock, because I have an early shift at the coffee shop. Oh, so anyway, what I was going to say is we got to look at ways to think above our means, live below our means, but think above, meaning that you can have nice things, you can learn how to do good things to get the things you want, but you gotta be smart. You gotta be very, very smart about how you do things, okay? And so with that in mind, I've been talking about these holidays, saving money, high cost of living. You got to look at your bank account. You got to say, hey, honestly, do I need to buy all these gifts and all these things for people when my bank account won't even let me survive 3 months? 2 months, maybe 1 month. You're 1 month away. You won't have no money. 6 months to 12 months is what they try to give you. If you're single, it said do 12 months of savings for your emergencies. And if you are married, up to 6. 12 would be ideal. But for a single person, because you're by yourself, you're dependent upon yourself. You don't have 2 incomes. You need to have at least 12 months. Am I there yet? No. And the thing I have in the back of my mind is I'm getting out of this consumer debt that I incurred to myself. So with the high cost and everything, you got to get out of consumer debt. You got to say, okay, enough is enough. I can't have this consumer debt on my head anymore. And look for ways to get out of it, okay? So credit cards, all those things that we love and cherish to make us have better credit, sometimes it's not always good. But if you are disciplined, you can use your cards. But in return, pay them off. So you just want to pay them off and get it over with, right? You want to know that with a shadow of the doubt that you too can have the life you want. You too can live in some places that you want to live. And the reason why I say this is because all we have to do, see how I drink from that place? You know, the siren. You can get the area, you can get what you want, how you desire to live, everything. But it's all based on how you want to do it. So with the rising costs, look at where you live. Can you live in another area? Can you live in a different type of home? I'm looking at boxables. I'm looking at small, tiny houses. I've had 2 large houses when I was married with my children. My children are grown. I'm an empty nester. This may not pertain to you. This might be something you say, well, I want to own a big old house. Well, get that. But if you're looking and seeking other ways, there's a thing called boxables. Go look it up. Elon Musk owns one. You can invest in them, meaning that you can put almost like a stock in them. But you can go out. They're in Las Vegas, guys. You can go to Las Vegas. You can go through the tour of the warehouse. They build them right there. They're literally a house. Kind of funny when we're growing up. You say the Barbie house and collapse and open up and you build. That's a boxable. Boxables are that opportunity where you can have a piece of land. You can purchase land, and God's not making more of it. So go ahead and get you some land. Get a piece of land, and then you can put your boxable on it. It's not for the city living. It's not for a regular subdivision. It is definitely for someone who owns land. Okay. Now, I say that to people who really, 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 truly want to save money. They're like $50,000, okay? Boxables, B-O-X-A-B-L-E. And no, I am not paid for that. I wish I could be paid for it, but I'm not paid to tell you this. But I am going to encourage you. Look up different ways. If you're single, you're over 50 like I am, over 40 plus, and you're not married any longer. I'm divorced. But some of you may be, in a situation where you have you and your spouse and y'all just want to downsize. That's an opportunity. Then you can get your car paid off. You can get your bills paid down. And if you want to start traveling, then you can start traveling. You'll have your emergency fund. But what you want to do is just look at all areas of your life to get your rising costs down. Trust me, guys, while I'm in a situation of a pause in my life, I am going back to school. I'm planning to attend school in the fall. It's something I desire to do. I can still make a great salary in what I'm going about to, go back into, case management, whatever. But I love the idea of helping people. So therapy is something I want to do. And so in order for me to get a really put myself in great positioning, I need to go get my master's degree. And I have looked at programs. I'm not paying over a certain amount. My debt ratio is so low that I can afford to go back to school, pay it off while I'm in school, because I have things in order. How I live is a certain way. Everybody can't live my way. I live in a communal way. Right now, I'm in a small town, but I'll be relocating back to my city where I'm staying. And I've already found housing. I just have to go in there, make sure that's what I want and where I desire. But I'm more communal. So that means I'm okay with living with other people as long as I have my own private area. I don't mind sharing a kitchen, laundry area, or a living room area. And I'm going to tell y'all more about that type of housing. Everybody can't do it. Everybody don't want to do it. And that's fine. I'm only giving you my story. When I talk to y'all guys, to everyone out there, I'm giving you my story, what I enjoy. I am a single woman. I've been divorced since 2009. My children are grown and I have a grandson. So for me, it would be almost crazy for me to pay almost $1,800 a month right now in rental property when I can save money, buy my boxable as time permits, go back to school, pay that off, and then I'll be in a better trajectory. So communal living is for me. I pay one rent, one electricity, one water, one Wi-Fi. If I want to buy more Wi-Fi, I can. I live in a gated community. I have valet trash, but I have roommates. And most of them will probably be graduate students or working adults. I've had it before. I've done it before. And yes, I've had moments where I had to, we had to have words, not bad words, but talking about different situations, whether someone's staying up late or going to the fridge. Nothing really bad. Every last one of my people I've shared housing with, they're still their friends to this day. One in particular, I have a very, very close relationship with. She's like my grandson's, I call it great auntie. She loves him to life. But what I'm sharing with you is it's a lifestyle I chose. I live in a tropical area. Every day I wake up where I was waking up, I woke up feeling happy. I'm right now in a situation, and I tell people all the time, we have to go through things to grow through things. And now I'm in a part of my area of my life where I say, you know what? I'm going back to school. Guys, I'm in therapy. And my therapist said, it's never too late. You are in a good situation because you don't have your children. You don't have little kids running around. You don't have anybody to really worry about but you. So you got to think, what do I truly seek to do and want to do in my life? While the rising costs are happening, it doesn't have to happen to you. People who are making 6 to 7 figures, who are doing very well, meaning they're very disciplined, because everybody who makes 6 figures is not disciplined. A lot of people not hurting. It is when you have very, very low income, but you're not disciplined and you're living way above your means. This is when you're going to have a problem with housing. This is when you have a problem with buying a car, credit cards, anything. When you have a low income, you can still survive off a low income, but you got to be very strategic on how you do things. If you have children, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Most of my audience that I saw, my demographics, you guys are over 35 plus. So some of y'all don't have little kids. Y'all just have you, okay? And most of my audience is melanated women of my color or ethnicity who want to find a different way to live simply. So when I say the rising costs, you got to sit down. You got to get your notebook and you got to write out a plan for 2023. What do you want your life to look at? Go look at your checking account. Go look at your consumer debt. If you got credit cards, if you got car payments, if you got student loans, God forbid, I paid all mine off. I'm just going back to school. You got any expenses that you need to look at life insurance too. Have life insurance, term life insurance, write a will out, whatever. I'll talk about that more later in another video. But yeah, write everything down, guys, and say, you know what? I got to do better. Pay off your debt. But little by little, put a little bit of money to the side for your emergency fund. Then put a little fun money, $5, $10. And even if you get up to $50, keep it. Then one day you might want to go on a cruise or something. You'll have that money. But I'm encouraging you guys, don't live a life where you just regret all you do is work, work, work. Find the skill set. Know the skill set. And go and get what you need. And find the salary that you need. Okay, once you see the salary, say you want to go into tech. I don't do programming. I try to do the Linux, guys. Oh, child. I was like, my head was hurting. And the lady who was teaching us, she's making big 6 figures, right? But that's for her, right? I would love to have her money, but I don't have that brain, and I'm not willing to go that. It's a lot. You got to have a lot to remember. But for me, it's not passionate for me. I'll be just going for the money, and that ain't going to work for me. But there's ways you can work into tech where I go into social work. I can still be in case management, for project management, product management. I can be helping the companies on, they interfacing, but I could be helping on more of the social aspects of the company. I can also write. I'm a writer, so you can do that. There's other ways to make money. So you're going to find out the skill set you need. You want to know your point, your price point. What is going to make your life easier? Yeah, I say easy. I don't want to struggle for the rest of my life. Make your life easier. If it means, okay, if I get this position, I'll make $20,000 more. You know for sure, because you go to a Glassdoor, you go to Indeed, you go to any of those things, you're sitting there going, okay, if I were to go and get this particular skill set, I know without a shadow of a doubt I can make over $20,000 to $30,000 more than what I make. Go for it. Because you can pay it back. Never ever go find a position making $40,000, but your education costs $150,000. That's crazy. So you want to always see what levels up for you. As a high cost of living is coming, a high cost of everything's coming, you can beat it by going get the skill set. You want to own a business? Amen, do it. I don't just want to own a business only. So my goal was to have the education in place again for me, and then also own properties or small things like you said, the boxable. That boxable can be rented out. Airbnb can be rented out. Okay. I'm a real estate kind of girl. I like to touch it. I love stocks. So I will go into stocks. I love gold. I love silver. I own silver. Don't own any gold, but gold and silver, stocks, and real estate. Those are my things. I can't speak on everybody's because everybody wants to do different businesses. I do know how to make sea moss. I know how to make different products for your skin, all that, deodorant, toothpaste, all that. I know I do all that. And I will do some of that. I do holistic health coaching. I am a fitness instructor. Those are all skill sets I paid to get a certification for. I meditation, yoni steaming. I can do all those things. Now, whether I want to do them full time, no, I don't want to get them full time. But if you put me in a position where you say, hey, Lisa, here's some side hustles you can do for the next couple years to make your money while you're in grad school, extra money in bank away, I would do it. But it's fun to get a skill set, y'all. If y'all don't understand that, check it out. Go to Udemy, Udemy. I don't get sponsored. Udemy, Teachable, all those places you can purchase classes. And good old YouTube University, OMG. Yeah. Go there and learn, grow, get your skill sets. When during the pandemic, I was in a group called Women in Wealth. There were people who were making millions of dollars. Some people were making 6 figures, and some people were making 4 figures. Some people were making no figures. But the point, I had to put myself in the atmosphere of those women because I learned a lot. And when I get my money back up, I might join again. But if not, I learned while I was in that group. I bought books to help me to be high, a little bit more high thinking. I was around women who were making the monies that I desire to make. And they will give you information. I paid for information to be a part of the group. Sometimes you got to pay to be in certain circles. Now, on my van life, have I given up wanting to be this woman of wealth? No, you can have wealth and still live in a van. I don't want to live in a van. I just want to do temporary, some things in a van. My goal is to, own property for myself. But if I were to live in a van for a short period of time to pay off some debt, I'd do it. Why not? It can't hurt. I'll have fun with it because I love camping. But again, the cost is rising. What are you, yes, you, and you are doing to defeat this cost, this recession? Homebodies are winning. You know what homebodies are? People who stay at home, make their food, keep the cost of their electricity down. They look for avenues to save money on clothing attire, where they make their clothes or purchase their clothes from a thrift store, what have you. But they're really about homebodies. They don't go out and spend a lot of money on food. They don't have to be entertained 24/7. They don't travel a lot. I will plan to travel, but it would be within a skill set I'm learning about house sitting. I'm getting to learn house sitting. I know my mentor who got me to start my own YouTube is the one who does house sitting professionally. She travels all over the world. It was on a very limited budget to the point she only spent $1,300 a month living the way she wanted to live, but she lived in other people's houses and sat for them. The only way she would do it if they had to live in tropical areas or had pools or lived in real, like near Paris or France or whatever. I can't remember all the places she's lived and stayed. But, here she is living her life, but she did it on a budget. Now she makes 6 figures, y'all, because it's something she learned and people want to learn from her. She would get on coaching calls and she said she'll be thinking they're going to talk about house sitting. No, talk about ways to make money online. They're like, no, talking about this house sitting. All these women, and she only works with Black women, came to her, and now she has her own house sitting school. Now she makes 6 figures. She was only making less than $40,000 a year. I'm sorry, not a month. Doing what she was doing in the medical field as I think a pharmacy tech. She's ex-military too, former military. But the point I'm trying to make, she did what she loved doing, and people want to know how she did it. It's like van lifers, just like me talking about minimalism, all that. You too can find what God has for you, and don't give up hope on yourself. Learn, grow, get a skill set, y'all. Get the skill set, buy some land, buy some gold, buy some silver, buy some stocks, ETFs, okay? Pay off debt, get emergency fund, and live your best life. Bye, y'all. Go ahead and like, comment, and share. And if you're new to my channel, man, go ahead and subscribe. You know you want to subscribe. I'm almost speaking truth over here. All right. Peace and love, y'all. Take care.